Time to do a little recap of what has happened in the last two sessions of Flight of the Legacy. Now, let's get our papers in order and let's begin. After fighting in the heart of Tainabu, our adventurers find themselves betrayed by Arden, who began to activate an unbreaking spell cage. The party finds out that Hal was actually Floro in disguise, and using the Gia spell he placed on Arden, he escaped with the heart and commanded Arden to attack the party. With deep anguish, Desi took action, placing his gun blade to Arden's gut and unloaded 4 charges. As Floro leaves, the world goes black and the party wakes up to find themselves in a stone room. It took them a moment to realize that they were in Arden's memories, going through his memories one by one, from childhood to adulthood, where one version of Arden created a memory feedback loop between Desi and Koa to assist on the purpose of the mind trip. The purpose being to find a way to break the Gias after being told that the spell placed on Arden was similar to a spell placed on Liliana Spark during the War on the Spark. Where we last left off, we find our party in the midst of the Spark War, riding on Pteranodon summoned by the Shepherd Druid Ganesh. From what they've learned from this event that befell Liliana, in order for Arden to be safe in the current event, the deal would have someone else be sacrificed for them. And due to the memory feedback, Desi also rushes to where Arden would be, only to be met with death and trauma. Arden is surrounded by brutally murdered loved ones. Due to the trauma, Arden's ability activates, replaying the events that led up to said trauma. The death of his crewmates and his husband in a holographic projection. Arden's husband telling him with his last breath to not do anything stupid before dying in his arms. And as well as Desi's arms, because memory feedback affected their emotional state as well. After learning about how the Gia spell works, they move on through the memories chronologically due to whatever spell that was placed on Arden and the party. Now, the next few memories showed the introduction of the current Flights of the Legacy crew, from seeing Desi's potential as a bridge between all of Theros and their gods, a king of paladins, one might say. Naya's potential as the goddess of the eclipse, Proserpia, who at the time didn't know what she would become, but Arden saw her potential later in time as a burgeoning artificer. And the first meeting of the very young Loxodon Ganesh, whose potential of a sage included an extra set of arms. Each potential that Arden saw was a potential for a spark to become a planeswalker. Now, memories of their adventures play out from Arden's perspective, from a meteor crashing into the plane of Heros, to recreating an explosion that created a large crater near Waterdeep, to when they first crashed into Tainabu and the crew's first encounter with Ajani, where, with some good perception checks, found out Hal was a little bit nearby, watching from afar, and watching this interaction happen. As pleasantries were exchanged, Ajani, while shaking Arden's hand, activates a device that was held in his palm, and activating the Gia spell that Floro appears to have created. And as the spell activates, Floro appears nearby and begins to magically slow down everyone but Arden. Floro explains that he will be using the crew, to Arden's dismay, to steal the seed core of the plane that would inevitably destroy this plane of existence. If Arden disagrees with the plan, Floro would destroy both the ship and the entire crew with it. However, Arden denies the plan, and Floro begins to add a little more to the deal, stating that he won't have any direct control or any direct lead to harm anyone in the crew, and will simply be there to keep an eye on things. And the spell, which was found out to be not just a Gia spell, but a contract. The contract completes as Arden shakes Floro's hand. Now, learning that it was not just a Gia spell, but a contract, The party puts the pieces together to come to realize that the Gia's contract has already been broken as soon as Flora ordered Arden to harm his own crew. However, that was not enough to leave the memory entirely. They keep going on through the memories, even moving forward to when they see the city of Zaishan. Flora appears again to taunt Arden, even showing him from how the very beginning was manipulating Koa into teaching him how to use mind magic. The party gets closer and closer to the present time and appears in a giant sphere of rings orbiting around the center sphere, representing Arden's mind. With a little bit of investigation and arcana looking, Koa finds the remnants of the Gias runes on one of the inner rings and proceeds to wipe the slate clean. As the last rune is erased, the mental scape sinks within itself and the party wakes up to see a very large aboleth watching over them. Mixed reactions from the party, from fear to white-hot hatred. The aboleth clears their entry to what looks like a bubble city in the center of a mass dome of roots, a forest flowing under it, and a path leading to an opening into the city. Upon further inspection, inside was not just one aboleth, but a vast civilization of aboleths living inside. And at the end of it all, the party levels up. Well, that's about it for the recap. See you guys this coming Monday for the Flights of the Legacy. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit that bell icon to get notified on these D&D sessions. Well, have a good night, everybody.